Welcome to Challenge Forex. My name is Steve, and if you watched my last couple of videos, you would have seen on the last two, both of them actually failed my experiment. And what I was trying to do was to see if I can pass a prop firm challenge using their rules on a virtual 10K account. And the rules being that we can only lose either 4% or 5% per day. I'm only risking 2% and one trade per day, so that rule is kind of irrelevant to us. But the maximum loss is 10% over the account to actually fail the evaluation, and the profit target to pass the challenge is 10% that I'm going for. And previously I've done this experiment using 1 hour time frames, and I've had a lot of success with the examples that I've been doing and the experiments that I've had. One of my subscribers asked me if I could do the same experiment but using a 15-minute chart, and the last three videos I've done were actually that experiment using the Aussie dollar on a 15-minute chart. The first challenge I did was from 2004, just to see what the strategy is like over a long period of time. That one actually passed. The next two experiments I did was from March 2024 and also September 24, and both of them actually failed. We ended up losing 8 out of 10 trades using the 15-minute time frame. So what I'm thinking is that there's too many false signals basically on a 15-minute chart, and I'm going to do the exact same experiment as my last 15-minute experiment, but I'm going to use a 1 hour chart and the same indicators to see if we can actually pass with the 1 hour chart. So let's have a look at the chart for starters. So here we can see the symbol is the Australian and US dollar. We've got a $10,000 virtual account starting from the same date as my last experiment, which was the 1st of September 2024. And in this experiment, instead of a 15-minute chart, I'm going to load a 1 hour chart. And let's see what the results are going to be like with this one. Just so that you're aware, I haven't actually practiced this in advance. So whatever the result I get here, you're going to see it at the same time as I do. I have no idea if this is going to be a fail or a win, but let's load up the template and we'll get started. Now, just quickly with the rules, we are looking for an uptrend before entering a trade, and I've actually put a green line on the chart to say when my trading time starts. So this is at 9 a.m. and 9 a.m. on the broker time, which is about an hour before the London Open each day. So this is my trading start time, because if I'm doing live trading, I can really only trade during the London and New York sessions. Because I'm based in Sydney, Australia, I have a full-time job and I work during the day. I get home at around about 5 o'clock each afternoon, and that's just in time basically to start trading the New York session. Let's get started, risking 2% to make a 3% gain, and see how many trades it takes to either pass or fail the virtual challenge. So at the moment, no trades. And it is possible that we might not actually get a setup every single day as well. Okay, this looks like one here. So we've got a 15 pip stop loss. We're doing 1.5, so 15 and 8 is 23. And I'm adding 1 extra pip to make that 24 for the take profit. And that is just to cover the cost of commissions. And that is typical result for me. Usually when I do these videos, my first trade or first 2 trades turns out to be a loss. So no surprises at this point. We'll see how we go. Okay, this looks like another setup. And that's 2 losses so far. So not so good. Looks like a big spiking news candle, so I'm just going to keep out of the trade here for this one. And we've had our first win. So far we've had 3 losses and 1 win, so not a very good start. You know, maybe this is just not the best symbol to actually use for trading, or it could be just a bad time to be doing a prop firm challenge based on the rules. So I missed the entry there, just went back 1 step. Okay, that one was a good setup. And this is kind of the setup I'm looking for. I pull back to the EMAs, whether it's to the 20 or the 50, and then I close above the 20, and that's our entry point. Measure the stop loss below the swing low, so that was around about 18 pips in this example, and we go 1.5 for the target. Okay, we finally have a result. We've actually passed our virtual prop firm challenge using the 1 hour chart. However, this was not very easy compared to some of the previous experiments I've done, and I think it's because of the actual pair I've chosen. So the Aussie dollar in this case. Some of the other pairs that I've used before are generally the other majors, like the pound dollar or the euro US dollar. But let's have a look at the stats. We'll see how many trades it took and what our chart looks like. So we can see here that we were going on a gradual uptrend, which is good. However, there were too many losing trades. So we can see here we had 2 consecutive losses, 2 consecutive wins, 2 consecutive losses, 2 consecutive wins, 2 consecutive losses, and 1 win, 1 loss, and then another 2 consecutive wins. So that's how we ended up winning in the end. Number of trades we had was actually 24 trades. So that was a lot more than previous experiments that I've done, where we've done it in only like 5 or 6 trades. And looking at the statistics, we can see here we reached our target, $1,000. We've got a profit factor 1.43. We've had 24 trades, and we've actually had 12 wins and 12 losses. So it's actually a 50% strike rate on these. However, because we are risking 2% to win 3%, that's where we made up the difference, even though we had even number of wins and losses. So that wraps up this experiment for today, and I think the main thing that I've figured out from this is that there were too many false signals on the 15-minute chart. So we did do better with the strike rate on the 1 hour chart, 50% win rate, as opposed to only, let's see, was it 20% win rate on the 15-minute charts. So definitely a lot better in that way. Watch out for my next experiment that I'm doing. Similar sort of experiment to what I've done today. I'm going to go back to using the 1 hour chart again, but I'm going to try with a few different pairs. Might even throw in some Japanese yen pairs in there as well, just to see if that makes any difference to the trade results. And if you like this sort of video and you would like to see more of them, please hit the like and subscribe button and watch out for my next video. Thank you.